Hey YouTube, it's Megan from Sadie and Ryder's mom, and I'm back for one more video. And this one's gonna be a rant, and it's gonna sound ridiculous, but yeah. So, we moved from, if you are familiar with Arizona at all, we moved from West Valley to the East Valley. So, we lived closer to Arizona, California, in the West Valley, and now we moved basically 40 minutes closer to what I like to say Maryland, because that's obviously where I'm from, or to the East Coast. Um, it's an ongoing joke with my friends. Um, and we did that because I was driving sometimes an hour and a half to 2 hours in one direction just to get to work. And when we moved to the East Valley back in March of this year, I was driving 15 minutes to 20 minutes one way just to go to work instead. And I could take back roads or the highway, and it would still basically be the same distance, be the same time, depending on the time of day and the traffic. Sorry, I'm kind of just laying on the couch. But the plan when we moved, I'm gonna take these off. Sorry. The plan when we moved was for me to find another job. I was like, I'm so sick of this place. I don't want it. I don't get paid enough to deal with this. I had worked for the company for just under over a year and a half when I just hit my year and a half mark when we moved closer. So I was making that track for a long time, and it was wearing out my car. When I got my car, and mind you, it was used, it was a year old, and it had 29,000 miles on it. When I sold it this past May, after just under 2 years, it was at 70,000. So I put 40,000 miles on it in 40,000, 30 to 70, yeah. 40,000 in just under 2 years. So like 21 months, I guess. 40,000. Now, I know most people do put anywhere from 20 to 30,000 ish miles on it. Now, my husband had his car the exact same time that I had mine, and he had only put 23,000 miles on it. And that car went to Vegas and California. I think maybe it didn't go to Vegas. I do think we made a couple trips to California in that car, and it's only had 23,000 miles on it. So a major difference. And he was also working a bit closer than I was. So anyways, off topic, kind of. So we moved out here. I was determined to find a new job. I found a new job in the same field that I am, but on the opposite side. So before I was on the merchant side, and I worked for a company, and now I work on the bank side in the same department. And if you don't know, I do work in the fraud department. I am a fraud operations analyst on the bank, with the bank. Now, that I'm not telling you what bank I work for or anything like that, but I am a fraud operations analyst, so I do talk on the phone all day long. That's about as much as I'm gonna say, and it was great. It's, I think, 7.5, 8 miles from my house, where we moved to back in March, and it's been great. When I worked 8 to 5 for training, traffic was heavy, but if I left at 5, walked, and we actually left at 5, I was home no later than 5:30. And now my schedule is 7 to 4, and same thing. As long as I leave at 4 o'clock, I am home no later than 4:30. I mean, I understand like red lights and stuff. Like, it doesn't, but it's 7.5, 8 miles. It's close. Like, it's a couple blocks away from my house. It's super convenient. The kids go to school and daycare down the street where I work. It's awesome. But the downfall, and this is where the rant comes in, it's by campus of a university. And if you are familiar with Arizona, then you know exactly, probably have a possibility of knowing what campus I'm discussing. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not really going to give you guys an area of where I work. I just don't want to go into detail. There's quite a few campuses here in Arizona. So if you... Never mind. Not the point. The college kids are back. And I've noticed, and I've gradually watched them come back over the past, week or so. And I've noticed that it's gotten worse. And today was hell. Flat out hell. Took me from 4 o'clock until 4:50 to get 7.5, 8 miles home. Really? It's ridiculous. I had my one friend texting me, we have to find a new way home. This is ridiculous. And then my other friend who gets off a half hour after me, what roads do I need to avoid? I told him the 3 main roads, and he was basically all of them, basically. It was pretty much. Then I got a text later saying that there was apparently a bunch of accidents, and I've noticed that these college kids, and I moved to Arizona from a college town, and this is worse. It's probably because it's bigger, because I live in a much larger state now. But they're always in a rush. Is it me, or are college kids always rushed about everything? They have no planning skills. It's that might be why they're going to school. One of the things they're hoping to learn in school. But really, you're in college. You have to plan. And it's mobs and mobs. And it's not just them walking. It's them driving their cars. And it's kind of cool because I can watch and see some places that aren't from here. And it's oh, I saw one from New York today, and I saw one from Oregon, and I saw one from California. I mean, we see a lot of California people, but it's kind of cool. So that's the coolest part. And it's cool that they're getting their education, they're trying to better themselves, but they're so stupid. And my baby brother always makes a comment that he doesn't like to eat ramen noodles because they fry your brain out. Well, I'm pretty sure it's probably true. So, and if mommy and daddy doesn't pay for your education and doesn't pay for everything, and you get whatever you want from mommy and daddy, then that's basically what you eat. Unless you work your way through college and you actually have money, you pretty much eat peanut butter and jelly, mac and cheese, and ramen noodles for 4 years. So, anyways, that's kind of a tangent, kind of stupid, but I don't know. I just think I'm gonna have to find a new way home, and it's kind of ridiculous because I like living so close to work, but now luckily I don't hit it on the way in, fortunately. I mean, there are, classes at 7 a.m., but my thing is I usually get out there by 6:30, 6:40, so I don't really hit it. And one of these days I'm gonna have to vlog this crap. It's insane. These kids are everywhere, and they're mobs. I don't know if any of you guys live in a college town and you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this is probably so random and so ridiculous, but it's ridiculous. I was joking with my grandmother tonight. I said I either need to find a new job, one, or I need to move in the opposite direction. I told her, I said if I wanted to drive 45 minutes home, I would go back to where I was living. Fortunately, it was still only 8 miles, most, so not too bad. It's just... And then the husband texted me and goes, can you pick the mail up on the way home? And by the time I got to the house, I was I'll just walk there. I was so sick of looking at my car. Alright, I've talked for far too long about pretty much absolutely nothing. So I will talk to you all later. Have a good night. Bye.